Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans, do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey Cowboys Nation, welcome back to the channel where today we're diving deep into what could be a game-changing moment for the Dallas Cowboys this season. If you're as passionate about the Cowboys as I am, then you know that every piece of news, every update, every little detail can make all the difference when it comes to predicting how the team will perform in the upcoming NFL season. Today, we've got something particularly exciting, something that has everyone talking in the Cowboys world. And trust me, it's not just hype. It's a significant development that could have long-lasting implications for our team's success. So, what exactly just happened? Well, in a recent turn of events, Trevon, the star quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, has officially been cleared to return to the field after a period of uncertainty that had fans and analysts alike holding their breath. That's right, Trevon, a player who has become synonymous with the Cowboys' defensive identity, is back in full health. But what makes this news so critical? Why does it matter so much for the Cowboys' prospects? That's what I want to unpack today. And I promise you, this isn't just a simple injury update. We're going to analyze the broader context, the implications for the team's defensive scheme, the upcoming schedule, and how this recovery could influence the Cowboys' trajectory in the fiercely competitive NFC. Let's start with the initial revelation. It was Jerry Jones himself, the legendary owner and general manager of the Dallas Cowboys, who took to the podium during a recent press conference to praise Trevon recovery. Jones, never one to shy away from expressing optimism, highlighted the quarterback's determination and professionalism throughout his rehab process. He went so far as to say that Diggs' attitude and work ethic have been exemplary, setting a standard for the entire team. For those of us who follow the Cowboys closely, that's not just empty praise. It's a reflection of Diggs' character and his importance to the team. Now, it's worth emphasizing that Trevon's injury was not a minor issue. It was a significant concern that had the entire fan base worried about his availability for the season opener. As you may recall, Diggs suffered a serious injury during training camp, casting a shadow over the Cowboys' secondary. The initial reports suggested that he might be sidelined for multiple weeks or even the entire season depending on how his rehab progressed. But the fact that he has recovered so quickly and is now being described as ready to go signals a major victory for the team's medical staff and coaching staff. It also demonstrates Diggs' dedication and commitment to returning stronger than ever. This news naturally raises a number of questions. How will Trevon's return impact the Cowboys' defensive strategy? What does this mean for the team's chances of contending in a highly competitive NFC? And how does this recovery compare to other recent NFL comebacks from injuries? To answer these questions, we need to look at the broader context of the season and the specific role Diggs plays within the Cowboys' defense. Trevon, as many of you know, is not just any cornerback. He's a playmaker who has made a name for himself with his incredible ball skills and aggressive coverage style. His 11 interceptions last season were a franchise record, and his ability to lock down one side of the field has been instrumental in the Cowboys' defensive scheme. When healthy, Diggs provides a sense of security for the entire secondary, allowing safeties and linebackers to play more aggressively without the fear of giving up big plays. His presence is a psychological advantage, intimidating opposing quarterbacks and receivers alike. But it's not just about his interception numbers. Diggs' coverage grades according to advanced metrics like PFF consistently rank among the top in the league. His ability to read routes, break on the ball, and contest passes makes him a nightmare for offenses. When he's on the field, the Cowboys' defense transforms from a solid unit into one of the most formidable in the NFL. And now with his return confirmed, the team gains a crucial weapon ahead of what promises to be a challenging schedule. Now, let's delve into the specifics of his injury and recovery. According to insider reports, Diggs suffered a significant muscle strain that required a meticulous rehab process. The medical team at Dallas implemented a tailored plan that combined physical therapy, strength training, and gradual on-field drills. The goal was to ensure that he returned not just at 100% but in peak condition. The fact that Jerry Jones praised his rapidity in recovery indicates that Diggs exceeded expectations. It's rare to see such a quick turnaround from a player of his caliber, especially after a serious injury. This recovery timing couldn't be more perfect. The Cowboys are entering a pivotal part of their season. Training camp is winding down and the regular season is just around the corner. With Diggs now in the fold, the defense can start to gel, experiment with schemes, and prepare for the high-powered defenses they will face early on. Think about it. If Diggs had missed the entire preseason or even the first few games, it could have set the team back in terms of defensive cohesion. Now, the coaching staff can finalize their game plans with the full roster available, including their top cornerback. But what does this mean for the team's overall outlook? Well, for starters, it strengthens the Cowboys' chances of maintaining a top-tier defense. Last season, the defense was already solid, ranking among the league's best in points allowed and turnovers forced. Trevon Diggs' return only enhances that. His presence allows the team to deploy more aggressive coverage schemes such as man-to-man without sacrificing depth. It also provides a vital counterbalance against NFC rivals like the Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco 49ers, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, all of whom boast potent passing attacks. Furthermore, Diggs' health status injects optimism into the fan base. After a few tough seasons marked by injuries and inconsistent performances, seeing one of our brightest stars recovering so well is a huge morale boost. It's an indication that the Cowboys are committed to competing at the highest level, investing in medical science, and prioritizing player health. That's a vital message, not just for fans, but also for the players themselves who see their teammate making a full comeback. Now, let's compare Trevon Diggs' situation to other NFL stars who face similar hurdles. Remember last season when players like Jalen Ramsey or Jamal Adams went down with injuries? Their comebacks were often delayed or complicated, which affected their team's performances. Diggs seems to have defied those odds, and his quick recovery could serve as a blueprint for others. It also raises the question, how will he perform once back on the field? Will he pick up right where he left off, or will there be some rust to shake off? Given his track record and the professionalism he has demonstrated during rehab, I have every reason to believe he'll return at a high level. Looking ahead, the Cowboys face a few critical upcoming games that will test their defense early on. The season opener against a division rival, or an NFC powerhouse, could become a showcase for Diggs' skills. Fans are already buzzing with anticipation. What kind of impact will he have in his first game back? Will he immediately lock down a top receiver, or will there be some adjustments needed? These are questions that keep the excitement alive as we approach kickoff. And what about the broader implications if Diggs stays healthy throughout the season? The Cowboys could be looking at one of their best defensive campaigns in recent history. That in turn could translate into more wins, better playoff positioning, and perhaps even a deep postseason run. The NFC is stacked, no doubt about it. But with a healthy Trevon Diggs leading the secondary, the Cowboys have a real shot at making noise. His return could also influence the drafting and free agency strategies for the team. Perhaps they'll emphasize building around a lockdown corner like Diggs. Now, I want to talk a little about the coaching staff and their tactical approach. With Diggs in top form, defensive coordinator Dan Quinn can deploy more complex coverages and blitz packages, knowing that the quarterback can handle one-on-one situations against the league's best receivers. This flexibility can create more pressure on opposing quarterbacks, leading to more sacks and turnovers. The chemistry between Diggs and safeties like Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker will be crucial. Coordinated, aggressive, and smart play will unlock the full potential of the defense. And let's not forget the importance of the front seven. If they can generate pressure, Diggs' job becomes even easier, allowing him to read routes and jump passing lanes effectively. Switching gears a little, let's examine how Diggs' health influences the team's overall strategy. The Cowboys can now confidently stick to their aggressive man-to-man coverage scheme, knowing that their star quarterback is ready to execute. This also means they can be more daring in their blitz packages, knowing that their secondary has the talent and resilience to handle one-on-one battles. It's a recipe for a defense that can adapt dynamically to various offensive schemes. Something that could give Dallas a significant edge in close games. Beyond the X's and O's, there's also the mental aspect. Knowing that a key player like Diggs is back and healthy boosts the confidence of the entire squad. It's like a rallying point, a reminder that the team has what it takes to overcome setbacks and come out stronger. For the younger players in the secondary, watching Diggs' dedication and resilience sets a powerful example. For the coaching staff, it's a validation of their strategy and medical support. Now, as we look at the upcoming schedule, the early tests will be crucial. The Cowboys will face some tough opponents in the first few weeks, games that will challenge their defense and test their readiness. The return of Diggs could be the difference maker in tight matchups. Imagine a scenario where he's able to shut down a key receiver in a critical moment. How much momentum would that give the team? These are the kinds of moments fans dream about. And with Diggs back, they're more realistic than ever. And speaking of rivalries, the NFC East is always a hotbed of excitement with the Eagles, Giants, and Commanders eager to dethrone Dallas. Having a fully healthy Trevon Diggs will be essential in those divisional battles, especially when facing star receivers like A.J. Brown or Terry McLaurin. The press will be watching closely to see how he performs against the league's best, and the media's coverage will only heighten the stakes as the season progresses. Now, I want to pause here for just a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead. It's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal and what it means for our beloved Cowboys. Looking ahead, what should we expect from Trevon Diggs in the coming weeks? Well, if his rehab continues on this impressive trajectory, we could see him making his season debut in the first or second game of the season. That's a huge boost for the defense, and it will immediately impact how opposing offenses plan their attack. It's one thing to game plan without a star quarterback and another entirely when you have him locked in and ready to go. The X factor here is how quickly he can regain his rhythm, timing, and chemistry with his teammates. Moreover, this recovery story isn't just about one player. It's a testament to the Cowboys' overall approach to player health and injury management. The staff's ability to facilitate such a rapid and successful rehab could set a precedent for future seasons. The focus on sports science, nutrition, and personalized recovery programs is more advanced than ever, and the Cowboys seem to be at the forefront of this evolution. It's a strategic advantage that could help them keep key players on the field longer and more consistently. Now, let's revisit the historical context. Historically, the Cowboys have had their share of injury struggles, especially in the secondary. From Day and Sanders' prime days to recent seasons with inconsistent performances, injuries have often been a limiting factor. The fact that Trevon Diggs' recovery appears to be smooth and swift is a significant departure from those past challenges. It suggests that the team is heading in a new direction, emphasizing durability and resilience. Plus, when we compare Diggs to other top quarterbacks in the league, like Jalen Ramsey or Sauce Gardner, his ability to bounce back quickly from injury and return to elite form could elevate him in the national rankings. It's not just about personal achievement, but about how his presence influences the entire defensive unit. A healthy Diggs can be the linchpin that holds the secondary together, especially in high-stakes playoff moments where every play counts. Now, let's shift gears and talk about the fans and media reactions. Social media has been buzzing with praise and excitement. Fans are already imagining the highlight reels of Diggs shutting down key receivers, making game-changing plays and leading the Cowboys to victory. On the other hand, some analysts caution that the real challenge begins now, keeping him healthy throughout the grueling NFL season. The physical and mental toll of a full NFL campaign is immense, and staying at peak performance is a constant battle. But if past behavior is any indication, Diggs' work ethic and dedication suggest he's more than prepared to meet that challenge. So what does all this mean for the Cowboys season? Well, if Diggs can stay healthy and replicate his previous performance, the team's defensive ceiling rises dramatically. The NFC is loaded with talented quarterbacks and receivers, but with a lockdown corner like Diggs, Dallas can afford to be more aggressive and creative. That could lead to more turnovers, more sacks, and ultimately more wins, especially in close games where every possession counts. Now, I want to bring in a little bit of speculation. What might happen in the next few weeks? Could the Cowboys start him in their season opener? Will they ease him back into action with limited snaps initially? These are strategic decisions that coaching staff will be weighing carefully. But one thing is clear, the team's confidence in him has skyrocketed, and that confidence is contagious. It will energize the entire defense and give the offense a more stable platform to build upon. As we look at the bigger picture, a healthy Trevon Diggs could also influence the team's approach to the draft and free agency. Knowing they have their star quarterback back in full form might shift their priorities toward bolstering other areas such as the pass rush or offensive line. It's all interconnected, and every piece of good news like this can ripple across the entire roster. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this recovery? Are you as optimistic as I am about Diggs' potential impact this season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. In conclusion, the news of Trevon Diggs' recovery isn't just a minor update. It's a beacon of hope and a sign of strength for the Cowboys. His return signifies resilience, dedication, and the relentless pursuit of excellence that defines this franchise. As fans, we should be excited, but also smart. Remember that injuries are part of the game, and managing them is a key to sustained success. If Diggs can stay healthy, this team's defensive outlook becomes truly electrifying. The season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory. And with Diggs back in action, the Cowboys are poised to make some serious noise. Keep your eyes on this story because what happens next could define the Cowboys' fate for the year. Will Diggs become the defensive anchor we all believe he can be? Will he help lead Dallas to a deep playoff run? The answers are yet to come, but one thing's for sure, this is a story worth following every step of the way. Thanks for sticking with me through this deep dive. And remember, the future of the Cowboys is bright, especially with stars like Trevon Diggs ready to shine once again. Until next time, Cowboys fans, stay passionate, stay hopeful, and let's get ready for what promises to be an unforgettable season. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news.